Am I holding it correctly? So Alan, thank you so much for being with us. Just talk to us about the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund. How are you guys trying to mobilize the private sector to fill the infrastructure gap?
Well, basically, we're looking at a more private sector-led infrastructure development program. I think if you look at the history of infrastructure development, government has sought to finance infrastructure development over the years, primarily because government sees it as a public good. But the downside is that government then realizes that it will never have the revenue base to be able to lead infrastructure and economic finance. So we've re-engineered our thinking about financing infrastructure to have it become more private sector led. So in terms of the options that we're looking at, we're looking for investments, foreign direct investments, either on a BOT basis, BOO basis, or if we had to borrow to be able to finance, then it has to be very strategic infrastructure that is linked to the productive sector.
And what sort of impact are you expecting that it will have on economic growth and job creation?
Well, fundamentally, when you talk about infrastructure, you're looking at a whole range of infrastructure facilities. If you look at energy, this is absolutely fundamental to economic development. I believe that the challenge that we have in Ghana and the whole of Africa is to do two things. First, to increase industrial production and productivity, and also to increase agricultural production and productivity. Obviously, you can't do either of the two without energy. So that's absolutely important. If you look at telecommunications, we're looking at leapfrogging in terms of technology. We need to catch up, but we need to catch up fast. And so technology is an important part of this. And basically, we want to be able to spend, and of course, roads throughout the entire length and breadth of the country. We're talking about port facilities. So infrastructure has a certain component of depth that cannot be matched in any way by any other sector.
So objectively speaking, how much has the infrastructure gap held Ghana back?
Well, basically look at where we are now, and you can understand how far we've been held back without infrastructure.
But give specifics. You know, how much do you think the country's been held back?
Well, when you say held back in terms of what?
In terms of foreign direct investment, in terms of the ease of doing business, just everything.
No, I mean, we have an infrastructural financing gap of more than $2 billion per annum. You know, that's if we're looking at the full range of infrastructure facilities that I was talking about. So, because we've not been able to mobilize that kind of investment, that's why the gap exists.
So how hard is it competing against the likes of Nigeria, for example, when it comes to actually trying to attract investment in infrastructure?
Well, look, we are all focusing on one thing, to build Africa. But obviously we are independent countries. We compete, but we collaborate and we compete. I believe that the distinctive advantage that Ghana has is that one, we have an excellent record of political stability, which I believe is the foundation for economic growth. We have a strong macroeconomic environment which provides the basis for investment, particularly from the private sector. You're also looking at an enabling environment for promoting business, which I think, in all modesty, Ghana has been acknowledged over the years. But we're also looking at skills, and we're talking about critical skills that are important for investors to make decisions. You know, people want to make money when they invest, but they want to stay alive to enjoy the benefits of their investment. And that is why safety and security is also important. And obviously, Ghana, we believe we are great people, you know, because the human factor is also critical for investments. So different countries in Africa have different components of this mix. But I think the advantage that Ghana has is that we combine all those elements.